Hey folks, I'm Matt Cox, Creative Director for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. We're so excited to share more of our game with you, so let's roll.
One magical rainbow bridge from my family to yours.
Right now, we're looking at the Overworld. It's a tabletop-inspired zone full of quests, dungeons, random encounters, and tons of secrets to explore.
Cause the revolution is nigh! Join the goblins hired of first impression to help us fight the power and regain our freedom! GTFO! GTFO! GTF! What the hell? I thought we'd agree to do like a chanting thing, but no one's... screw it.
Ah, the long-oppressed goblins of Malcra. Head there now, if you would ease their suffering.
Goblins deserve to be free! We are the goblins tired of forced oppression! Freedom fighters, one and all! Though I am glad you showed up, because I'm pretty sure I couldn't fight my way out of a wet paper bag.
I'm in, both for goblin freedom and for money.
Oh, there'll be coin in it for you. But first, we must shatter the chains of oppression, fight for glorious goblin freedom, and rebuke the tyranny of Dragon God Volcanar.
A dragon god. Fascinating.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm mostly totally sure he's a We must put a stop to it once and for all. And with your help, my GTF will Norwing. It's a badge of honor representing full membership in the GTFO. The leadership doubted my ability. I show them. And now the entrance is involved.
The depths take you!
Shall we continue? Ready to cost.
For the sake of time, we're going to jump ahead to show you later parts of the game. The Fate Makers have helped rally goblins to Jar's cause, and must now free some prisoners from this scenic lakeside prison.
There it is. Are you ready? We need to free the GTFO prisoners, but be careful. The troll jailers are tough as gobnails. I'll join you in a sec. Fight on, champion!
I never miss! So ends their minor part in this grand If
natural sunshine, fresh air. It makes me sick that they subject goblins to such horrible conditions.
I'm gonna get somewhere dark and damp, quick!
Blazing bludgeon!
Thank you! Thank you so much!
You did it! And the prisoners are finally safe back in their dank pits. Oh, how I miss my dank pits. But there's still more to be done.
To survive the Wonderlands, you'll need a good balance of damage types and weapons to take down tougher foes. Generally speaking, the higher the gear number, the more powerful it is. But if you want to maximize your power, paying attention to the stats on your gear and how they interact with other gear or your class is where the true power begins. Between armor, amulets, rings, wards, spells, melee weapons, and guns, there are tons of ways to customize your build. Finding and equipping more powerful loot of all types is essential to building out your character. Be sure to keep an eye out for those upgrades. A big part of your playstyle is decided by your class and how you choose to invest skill points as you level up. After an early plot moment, you can respec these points at any time and even select a second class later in the game to multi-class. You also have hero points, which award specific bonuses, further refining your playstyle.
Here we are. Now, the means of production are also the engines of oppression. So go bust them all! I'm gonna go secure our route by dropping the bridge. We'll meet up there. Oh, help! He's right behind me! Oh, thank God you're here! Take this monster down!
This great oven shall burn no more.
I wonder what that means.
champion! The gathering bell rings! You must make haste toward the tribute arena and we will prepare for the coming of Vorkanar. I'll meet you along the way. Be on your guard for the oracles. I'm nearly there.
Deep have I drunk of the well.
As Tina said, you'll find these lucky dice hidden all around the Wonderlands, giving you a chance for rare loot and permanently increasing your loot luck stat, which affects how often high-end gear drops.
You who are neither troll nor goblin, how dare you set foot within my realm?
You will be slain, fiend.
You think you can kill a god?
You're no god, Vorkanar!
Heresy! And you are some upstart goblin with delusions of grandeur?
I am Jara the GTFO, and your reign of terror ends today! Champion, go for the neck!
valor is to be commended, but I fear all I have to give you is this nose ring. Here.
What? Really? This would be a truly mighty nose ring, but none of this would have been possible without you. I think you deserve this more than me. On behalf of Goblinkind, I must thank you, champion. We will forever be in your debt. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must inform the GTFO leadership of our victory. There is much to do.
We hope you enjoyed this early look at Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Be sure to visit playwonderlands.com to learn more about the game ahead of its release on March 25th.
Peggy 3.
PlayStation.
Now we follow that road until we reach the nest.
So what's our plan?
I just told you the freaking plan.
Wait, what was that?
Maybe you were struck by a ray of my awesomeness.
Listen, those yokais aren't the sharpest tools in the shed, but they are ferocious.
Relax, Hoji. I'm telling you, it'll be like stealing candy from a baby.
I don't think you're listening. Ferocious, with huge, razor-sharp claws.
Of course, stealing from a baby is wrong. And 2 wrongs don't make a right. But 3 rights always make a left. Right?
Huge claws! Forget it. Who is ready for some wang?
Hey! Milo! Have you looked in a mirror lately? Don't. On guard, motherfucker.
So how exactly is this whole egg thing gonna work?
I'm gonna insert my chi energy inside that demon fetus.
And after you hatch, will you look like you?
Oh, you're asking if I'm gonna be as ugly as I used to be.
Well, not exactly. We're friends, so I'm obviously trying to sugarcoat it.
Well, first of all, fuck you. Secondly, yeah, I'll look like me. Though I'm hoping for a taller, tighter, more ripped version of me. Big guns, broad shoulders, a six-pack.
So, not like you at all.
I'm laughing.
Tar, baby! You know what they say, there can only be one! Hey baby, why don't we just look into something more comfortable? Like Akoma! Oji, if your little scheme backfires, do you even have a plan B?
This plan is bulletproof. It's worked before, it'll work again. Trust me.
I just hope you know what you're doing, pal.
I don't have hopes or regrets. Those petty emotions are reserved for mortals.
What? Gods don't regret anything they've done? How do you learn from your mistakes, then?
I don't make mistakes. I make decisions and shit happens. That's what God... How many of them are there?
I have no idea! I just imagine they all look like Monaco, and it's a lot more fun. I was thinking of a fine riposte, but you're already a joke in your own right. Would have been nice if we could have been friends and all. If you weren't a backstabbing demon from hell! Oops! Is that a body part we need? And I didn't even need high ground. Yeah.
PlayStation.
Hello everyone, this is Harry Kruger, Game Director of Returnal.
Hey everyone, this is Gregory Loudon, the Narrative Director.
So today we're really pleased to be here to talk about the latest free expansion for Returnal called Ascension. Ascension contains two modes, one being the co-op and the other one being our new endless mode called the Tower of Sisyphus.
Approaching the base of the tower. Can't see the summit, but detecting unusual energy readings from inside.
The Tower of Sisyphus is our new endless mode, which is intended to provide some new secrets, some new narrative content, and a new endless challenge for players to sink their teeth into.
As you can see, the tower has its own look and design as you climb up it, but as you'll see in the video, it changes quite rapidly too. Okay, we've arrived in the tower atrium. This is a place that you'll slowly see unlocks as you go through, cycle by cycle and climb by climb. It's where we deliver some story. And what you're seeing right now is basically connected to where Selene is in the story. So if you play this and you've finished Returnal, Selene will react a bit differently in subtle ways. So this is still quite early on in Selene's journey on Atropos.
So in the Tower of Sisyphus, we wanted to take the strongest elements of Returnal's combat and distill them into a very focused package full of intense action. Similar to a lot of the endless modes we've made in the past, the Tower of Sisyphus also tracks your progress from room to room and phase to phase, and there's also a score that will measure your success in each run, and in order to get the best possible score you'll have a multiplier that you need to keep alive as well. This will be a very familiar element to players who have been accustomed with our previous games, and we felt this is a great way to add some depth and replayability to Returnal through a familiar package but with an entirely new twist.
Yeah, when Harry talked to me about this expansion, I thought the idea of creating this infinite, sort of endless place where you could constantly climb was really great, and looking forward to you seeing more and more of it as you go ahead.
Yeah, in terms of combat, that you will have, of course, some moments of respite as well. So the rooms and the progression through the tower will be, of course, procedurally generated, or each run is guaranteed to be unique. And you will find different treasure rooms, different surprises, a lot of secrets, and a lot of different scenarios that will challenge you and give you different types of rewards. The structure of the tower is fairly straightforward. You advance to a new room, you have to dispatch the collection of enemies that appear, and once that's done, you have an opportunity to go to the translocator for the next level as fast as possible. Doing so will give you a significant bonus to your Obolites and to your score multiplier.
Yeah, as you could see, if you got there in time, whilst the translocator was glowing with Obolites, you would have gotten a bonus. Oh, what happened here?
Yeah, so that's an entirely new enemy that we have there as well. So if you do actually manage to chase that guy down and destroy it in time, it will open a portal to these bonus rooms. However, these rooms may have their own surprises. They won't always be favorable for the player, so there's a little bit of this risk-reward element associated with making that decision. We've been really happy to see the reception that Returnal has gained with the community, and players have responded really positively to like the core combat and the second-to-second gameplay, and we really wanted to just build an entire mode around celebrating that and also rewarding skill for players and just seeing how high you can get in the Tower of Sisyphus. Much like the myth of Sisyphus, you are destined to keep pushing the boulder up as high as you can, but death is inevitable. You will reach a point where the odds are stacked so unfavorably against you that progressing will require a tremendous amount of skill and dedication. So we'll be actually really excited to start seeing how far players can get. Here we're introducing a new weapon called the Disgorger. This is one of the many super weapons that you will find, and these act a little bit differently to your usual weapons in the sense that you have very limited use of them as consumables, and these will unleash tremendous firepower that can make a big difference in life or death situations. So collecting these and unleashing them in strategic moments can actually be a really big benefit for players who want to get as far as possible in the tower.
It's also a cosmic, organic sort of weapon. As you can see, this is the Blightwave Disgorger, and it has and unleashes a massive amount of force and attack. But as Harry said, you need to choose wisely when to use it.
Yeah, and you can keep stacking these as you keep collecting them. And in the beginning, as you get acquainted with the content, you will likely be reaching for these a bit more frequently. Here we go. So here's a quick example of how these super weapons can really decimate your enemies. But you can stack these, and in the beginning you'll probably use them a bit earlier. But as you gain more skill in the mode and you gain access to more advanced phases, you might find yourself stacking them up and saving them for later phases where the odds will be significantly more stacked against you. So this looks quite a bit ominous actually. And there's some rewards stacked up here. So let's see what this all means for the player. Okay, here we go. So Algos is actually the personification of pain, both physical and emotional in Greek mythology. And I guess just looking at the onslaught of bullet patterns and attacks, you can see why that was such a fitting name for this encounter.
It was also a place for our VFX team, as you can see, to go wild with our tentacle technology and do something pretty special and completely simulated.
Yeah, man, and once again, you can't see it now, but I have a huge smile on my face just looking at all the glorious bullet patterns, just feeling the playfield. Aside from, of course, the engaging challenge that they provide, I think they do create their own unique aesthetic that we're quite proud of being a central part of Returnal's unique identity. Oh wow, okay, that didn't work out. But yeah, one key difference with the main game is that here, when you actually die, you will resurrect inside the tower. This was designed so that you will have the lowest possible barrier of re-entry to keep trying to get higher and higher in the Tower of Sisyphus. There on the right you could see the device. You can access that at any time to actually check out the leaderboards, which is where you can see your highest score and compete against friends and foes for the highest possible ranking.
In Returnal, we had the house. In Tower of Sisyphus, we have a new space Celine can uncover by using the bed here in the atrium. Let's see what happens.
I've been here before. This corridor. I know this too.
that's just a taste of what you can experience in the Tower of Sisyphus. As you can see, it's another first-person experience. Unlike the house, though, you can return to the hospital once it is available and re-examine things and try to find the secrets within.
We're just gonna jump ahead to show you a little bit of Phase 2 as well. So this will happen after you vanquished Algos. At the end of each phase, you'll get an opportunity to visit the Fabricator, where you'll get a chance to use all of the hard-earned obolites that you've accumulated. Here, as you're familiar with, you'll be able to purchase a variety of different items that will help you ascend higher into the tower.
As you can see, the tower has evolved as you ascend as well, so it's not how it was at the beginning, but there is another phase that we will not show you.
Is this still the tower?
Tower of Sisyphus will also constantly challenge you and challenge you further and further the higher you climb. The higher you climb, obviously the higher the simulation score you can receive, but the risk of going up is prevalent.
So the key to getting the best possible score is of course keeping your multiplier up. As you can see on the right now, when you're not actually engaging in combat, after a while the multiplier will start to deplete. So the mode is designed to maintain some forward momentum and keep that engagement going. One of the new encounters that you'll have in the Tower of Sisyphus are these rooms where you will have these pre-charged fabricators where you have to choose one out of two options. Any one you choose, the other one will disappear. So you'll have to choose wisely and make sure that they are helping your strategy in getting farther into the mode. Now we picked up a parasite and the other one disappeared. And there's actually a new type of parasite as well to be discovered if you play into the heights of the tower.
The tower also features a lot of different hostiles that you would have encountered across Atropos. Be prepared for that as well.
Yeah, in some ways it's kind of like a greatest hits remix, right? So they identified what were the strongest combat scenarios in the main game with a lot of the varied enemies that we have across all of our biomes. And here in the Tower of Sisyphus you'll get to encounter them all in entirely new configurations and some increasingly challenging scenarios.
And also expect Algos to be haunting you throughout your ascent.
Yeah, that guy just doesn't give up. Oh man, that was a close one. We hope you enjoyed this short sneak peek into our latest expansion called Returnal Ascension. We really look forward to seeing how this resonates with players ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy.
PlayStation.
皆さんこんにちは。ゴーストワイヤー東京ディレクターの木村健二です。タンゴゲームワークス一同、皆さんにゴーストワイヤーのゲームプレイとストーリーをさらに深く紹介できるのを大変嬉しく思っています。
Welcome to Ghostwire Tokyo, a supernatural action-adventure thriller set in an eerie, haunting vision of Tokyo, with explosive first-person combat and dangerous monsters at its core. After nearly all of Tokyo's population mysteriously vanishes, the city is flooded with supernatural creatures. Our story begins here, in the fallout of the vanishing. You awake in the deserted streets of Tokyo, with an unknown voice inside your head and strange, elemental powers coursing through your veins. Possessed by a mysterious spirit named KK, who has his own agenda, you'll need to work together to unravel the truth behind the disappearances and save the city from this twisted nightmare. In Ghostwire Tokyo, you'll harness an arsenal of powerful abilities through a mystic art known as ethereal weaving. Channeling raw ether, such as wind, fire, and water. As the story unfolds, you'll learn to upgrade and master these abilities based on your play style, incorporating powerful core grabs and perfectly timed blocks, all to devastating effect.
なんだよこれ。
Alongside your abilities, you'll have a range of more traditional and mystical tools at your disposal. Traversal and exploration are a central part of Ghostwire Tokyo. And with the Tengu ability, players can grapple and maneuver through the city with ease. Areas of dense fog not only harbor dark energy that drains your health, but are infested with deadly paranormal creatures. To clear these infected areas, you'll need to cleanse corrupted Torii gates scattered throughout the city. And by freeing untethered souls, you'll acquire experience to upgrade your ethereal abilities. Throughout Tokyo, you'll discover strange distortions in reality known as Utena spaces, where time and space themselves cannot be trusted. And the only way to complete your mission is to power through them. In this video, we want to bring together these mechanics to show you the world's first extended gameplay preview of Ghostwire Tokyo. We pick up at a moment where Akito and KK have been separated, leaving Akito with only his wits and traditional weapons. Akito must track the spirit down. Sneak attacks and core grabs are a great way to clear your path without attracting unwanted attention.
遅えんだよ、ノロマナ。助けに来るって分かってたような口ぶりだな。助け？何様のつもりだ。俺の力が必要だから来た、そういうことだろ。で、来るんだろ一緒に。人に物を頼む態度じゃねえな。頼んではいない。取引だ。お互い拒否はできない。後悔すんなよ。お前の連れか？ああ、仲良くしてやってくれよ。仕方ねえな。遊んでやる。
Now that you're reunited with KK, you can use his powers again and gain access to devastating supercharged attacks. From now on, as you fight, you'll charge your synergy with KK. At full charge, you can enter wire-in mode to boost your powers. To grapple between buildings, you'll need to latch on to the nearest Tengu yokai. These creatures are not only the fastest way to get around, but they also open a new dimension to the city. The corrupted Torii Gate is just ahead. Cleanse it to clear out some of the sinister fog throughout the city. As you progress, your powers will grow, and with many enemy archetypes to fight, you'll need to evolve your abilities and strategies to take on these supernatural threats. Explore the city, and you'll also find other tools and weapons, like these talismans, to expand your combat options. Using spectral vision, you are able to sense visitors and other points of interest as you make your way through Tokyo.
今回のゴーストワイヤー東京プレイ映像楽しんでいただけましたでしょうか。本日ご紹介したのは本作のほんの一部です。まだまだお見せしていない要素がたくさんありますので楽しみにお待ちください。ゴーストワイヤー東京は3月25日発売予定です。
プレイステーション。
Lumos. What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Bienvenue dans Hogwarts Legacy, l'héritage de Poudlard. Vous venez d'intégrer la célèbre école de sorcellerie et vous avez un lien avec une puissante et ancienne magie enfouie dans le monde des sorciers. Vous devrez découvrir ce qui se cache derrière le retour de cette magie oubliée et qui cherche à l'exploiter pour anéantir le monde des sorciers. Car c'est peut-être vous qui déciderez du sort de ces derniers. Mais avant de pouvoir étudier la magie et commencer à résoudre ses mystères, vous devez créer votre sorcière ou votre sorcier. En arrivant à Poudlard, vous serez envoyé dans l'une de ces 4 maisons. Gryffondor, Poufsouffle, Serre d'Aigle ou Serpentard. Après votre installation dans le dortoir, vous rencontrerez vos camarades dans la salle commune. Vous devrez ensuite assister aux cours et vous aurez du travail, car vous commencez sur le tard en 5e année.
So you are the new student.
Vous participerez aux cours de sortilège, de défense contre les forces du mal, de botanique et de potions, pour n'en citer que quelques-uns.
Oh, hello! Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
You may begin.
Not bad for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Rencontrez vos professeurs et apprenez à lancer des sorts, cultiver des plantes magiques, préparer des potions et plus encore. Entre les cours, vous pourrez explorer le château bien connu pour ses secrets, ses enchantements et ses mystères. Vous découvrirez des cachots, des passages secrets, mais aussi des énigmes qui demanderont des compétences magiques et de l'ingéniosité pour être résolues. Vous pourrez même vous rendre dans certains lieux emblématiques, auparavant inaccessibles. Nous sommes à la fin des années 1800. Si les lieux et les cours vous semblent familiers, ce ne sera pas le cas de vos professeurs. Toutefois, vous reconnaîtrez peut-être quelques visages.
All in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win them over. Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
Vous apprendrez à connaître des sorciers et des sorcières talentueux en classe, mais aussi en effectuant des devoirs supplémentaires dans le cadre d'un programme spécial conçu pour vous aider à rattraper les autres élèves de 5e année à votre rythme. Les possibilités d'aventure foisonnent dans les environs de Poudlard. Les compétences magiques que vous apprenez à maîtriser en classe seront bientôt mises à l'épreuve, tandis que vous éluciderez un dangereux mystère aux côtés du professeur Fig, aussi talentueux qu'énigmatique, pour tenter de découvrir si les rumeurs d'une révolte des gobelins sont fondées, et si la sécurité de Poudlard est bel et bien en jeu.
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
Le monde des sorciers de cette époque regorge de dangers. Créatures corrompues par une force magique, puissants gobelins et mages redoutables, tous prêts à combattre et à tuer pour servir leurs propres intérêts. À vrai dire, une alliance fragile s'est formée entre les gobelins et les mages noirs.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
Mais peut-être devriez-vous faire profil bas pour l'instant. Les ennemis disposent de nombreuses compétences, comme le maléfice explosif, le sortilège de stupéfiction, des armes enchantées et plus encore. Si certains vous attaquent directement, d'autres peuvent vous ensorceler et vous neutraliser. Maîtrisez le charme du bouclier afin de dévier les sorts à distance et les attaques de mêlée. Contre-attaquez grâce à de puissants sortilèges de stupéfiction qui permettent d'enchaîner d'autres combinaisons de sorts. Les élèves doués en sortilèges sauront trouver de nombreux moyens d'exploiter les faiblesses de leurs ennemis. Assommez avec Descendo. Grillez avec Incendio. Anéantissez vos adversaires avec différents coups de grâce. Vous pouvez recourir à la mystérieuse magie incomprise de vos professeurs pour anéantir vos plus puissants ennemis. En combinant des dizaines de sorts, vous pourrez développer votre style de combat pour devenir le meilleur duelliste.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
Outre les cours et sortilèges, vous aurez accès à un grand nombre d'améliorations, de talents et de compétences qui vous aideront à progresser comme sorcier. Relevez toutes sortes de défis pour gagner de l'expérience. Renforcez vos compétences avec des talents améliorant vos sortilèges, plantes et potions pour augmenter leur puissance. Choisissez les talents qui correspondent à votre style de jeu pour vous spécialiser dans vos types de magie préférés. Vous pouvez aussi trouver, acheter ou fabriquer votre équipement magique, ce qui améliorera vos compétences d'attaque et de défense en combat. L'équipement peut être amélioré et spécialisé afin de s'adapter au mieux à votre style de jeu.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Les sorts ne sont pas les seuls outils à votre disposition en combat. Développez vos compétences avec votre baguette magique et poursuivez votre apprentissage à Poudlard pour vous perfectionner en tant que sorcière ou sorcier. Préparez des potions pour augmenter votre puissance en cas de besoin. Déployez des plantes magiques pour envahir le champ de bataille et éloigner les ennemis. Vous pouvez même libérer de jeunes plants de mandragore pour neutraliser les ennemis peu méfiants. En soin aux créatures magiques, vous vous familiariserez avec différentes créatures que vous pourrez rencontrer à l'école, mais aussi en explorant les environs du château.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely.
Apprendre et maîtriser des compétences de vol vous permettra de voyager plus rapidement à travers le monde.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Certaines compétences peuvent vous être enseignées par les élèves qui deviennent vos amis. À mesure que vous développez des relations avec ces camarades, ils pourront vous accompagner dans votre aventure. Et au fil du temps, vous découvrirez leurs histoires.
This is our chance.
Natsa Yonai est une courageuse aventurière motivée par la soif de justice. Poppy Sweeting a un grand cœur et adore les créatures magiques. Elle se lie à elles plus facilement qu'aux humains.
What happens now?
Il ne craint ni les retenues ni les infractions.
Sneaking in the restricted section again.
Sébastien Palo, un serpentard charismatique
With an over this boy, Things cannot reverse a curse.
avec un troublant secret de famille.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
Vous rencontrerez ces élèves et bien d'autres encore en explorant les salles communes, les couloirs et les lieux de rencontre habituels.
Welcome to the Room of Requirement.
L'un des secrets les plus fascinants du château de Poudlard est la salle sur demande. Vous découvrez cet espace qui semble deviner ce dont vous avez besoin et vous le procure. Comme vous devez rattraper votre retard, la salle vous offre un espace pour cultiver des plantes, préparer des potions et améliorer votre équipement. Un elfe de maison nommé Grignier vous fera découvrir des vivariums qui vous permettront d'élever vos propres créatures magiques.
Beak isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
Aménagez cet espace pour qu'il reflète votre personnalité et vos spécialités magiques. Vous ne trouverez pas à Poudlard tout ce dont vous avez besoin pour votre périple. Vous visiterez également le village de Préolard, où de nombreux magasins pourront vous fournir en produits utiles. Qu'il s'agisse d'ingrédients et recettes de potions, de graines de plantes magiques ou de tout type d'équipement. Mais Préolard n'est pas exempt de danger. Un groupe de mages noirs, enhardis par cette période troublée, se promène aux abords du village. Vous devez les éviter ou les vaincre, en explorant vous découvrirez que les environs de Poudlard regorgent d'activités, de merveilles et d'environnements insolites. Tout au long de l'année, le climat et les saisons évoluent pour illuminer le ciel d'éclairs ou de rayons de soleil, ou recouvrir le sol de neige ou de pluie. Des hameaux de sorciers parsèment la région. Vous y croiserez des vendeurs et des habitants qui ont des histoires à raconter et des missions diverses à vous confier. Ouvrez l'œil et repérez des énigmes magiques qui pourraient bien avoir été créées par Merlin en personne lorsqu'il était élève à Poudlard. Des créatures magiques rôdent aux alentours de Poudlard. Certaines ont été corrompues par une mystérieuse magie noire, tandis que d'autres sont menacées par les braconniers. Si le cœur vous en dit, vous pouvez les sauver pour ensuite les soigner dans la salle sur demande. Mais il existe aussi des dangers qui dépassent votre compréhension. Les cachots et les caveaux renferment de terribles menaces, ainsi que d'inestimables récompenses. Faites bien attention à vos choix. Ils pourraient vous mener sur un chemin plus obscur. Maîtrisez des sortilèges. Faites-vous de nouveaux alliés. Voyagez au cœur d'un paysage complètement inédit. Révélez d'anciens secrets. Faites face à des menaces légendaires. Découvrez des mystères d'un autre âge. Devenez la sorcière ou le sorcier que vous rêvez d'être et écrivez votre histoire dans le monde des sorciers. Ici, dans Hogwarts Legacy, l'héritage de Poudlard.
PlayStation